who just signed a contract upstairs about 10 minutes ago. He's walking in momentarily. And as you know, we're working on completion of our roster, and we feel we've made significant improvements and changes. And we're happy to add a young player with a very promising future who's going to continue to work and develop in this league, in Ed Davis. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Ed and present him with his uniform. And at that point, feel free to ask him questions and go from there.
Obviously, it's a great organization, franchise, a lot of history here, and young team. I think it's an opportunity where I can play and help this team win.
Well, we saw they drafted a player at the same position, potentially Julius Randle, brought in some other players. How do you see yourself fitting in with the rotation, and are you a power forward exclusively, or where else can you fit?
Well, I think I can play both positions, the 4 and the 5. So, I think all the players here, different players, and we all complement each other in different ways.
Have you had a chance to talk to any of the players yet? Kobe Bryant, any of the other guys, Jeremy Lin, anyone else on the team yet, or just here?
Henry's been here a lot, so I've been seeing him the last couple of days. Saw Nick Young, I think the day he signed. Talked to Kobe over the phone.
What Kobe have to say?
A couple things, but talked to him over the phone.
Yeah. So you're going to keep that private?
Yeah, keep it private.
Any significance behind number 21?
Obviously, I wanted 32, but it's gone. But that was my number in high school, my 9th grade year, so just picked it back up.
Did you feel in Memphis that you were getting a good opportunity there, a good shot to show what you can do, and that's one of the reasons you're here?
Obviously, the minutes was tough there, playing behind Mark and Z, and it was up and down, but it was tough there, and I feel there's a better opportunity here.
What do you feel like you need to do to? And first of all, what do you bring, and then what, as far as skill on the floor, and what more do you need to do to kind of reach what your potential is?
Just keep working every day, and then what I bring is just athleticism, defend, run the floor, block shots, rebound, all the little things.
It seemed like there were more lucrative offers for you on the table last summer versus what you ended up signing with the Lakers. Is there any regret about that process, or does that fuel, the opportunity you stepped into here?
Right. No regrets at all. Everything happens for a reason. Not trying to sound cliche, but just looking forward to this opportunity here. With this great franchise and just being able to contribute every night.
Have the Lakers given you a sense that you are going to get a decent amount of playing time here?
Not at all. I think it's tough to say that without a coach, But just going to work in training camp and earn everything. So I'm gonna be ready.
You mentioned earlier, like you feel like you can play a different position, just given the personnel with Cruiser and Randall and Hill. How do you see that group meshing together?
It'll tell them in training camp, but like I said earlier, I think all of us do different things. So we better bring different things to the table, different nights against different opponents. So it'll vary every night.
Fellow North Carolina guy, Kendall Marshall was here last year. Did you reach out to him at all to ask about the organization or anything about the potential teammates you'll be playing with?
No, I haven't had it yet. Yeah.
What was it like playing behind Randolph?
It was great playing behind both of them. Just learning every day in practice and in games, just seeing how they score easy and Mark just picking his brain on defense and he was defensive player of the year 2 years ago, and then Zebo just all the things that coaches can't really teach you, the stuff that he does, all the intangibles that he has. You just learn from him every night. Helped me out a lot.
You had a lot of time to play. Had more minutes to play rather in Toronto. That might have even been why you were traded when you went for Rudy Gay, because you showed a lot. And then you go to a position where you're playing against an all-star, because Zebo was an all-star a couple years ago. That's got to be a difficult transition to go from a young guy getting a lot of time to kind of sit. Was that difficult? Was that a challenge?
It definitely was a challenge, but I just took it as a learning experience. Like I said, playing behind Z and Mark, they're such good players, and just learning from them every night, just helped me out a lot.
What do you think's been the challenges specifically with playing for so many different coaches these last few years?
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be my fifth coach this year, but I think that the NBA game is pretty much the same. Use the same terms. All the coaches use the same terms, but just figuring out what the coaches like every year. They all have their own schemes and stuff like that.
Are there any players that you try to model your game after, or try to take parts of their game and put it in your game?
All the greats that came before me. Another reason I had 21 was because Kevin Garnett. I watched him growing up. He was my favorite player back in the day. So watch his game a lot.
Yeah, can you remember any moments playing against Garnett that stood out individually?
Not one in particular, but he do a lot of talking out there. So him saying this little thing, trying to get under your head, but nothing in particular.
Yeah, just over your 4 seasons in the NBA, you just came in when you were 21. Where did you feel like you grew, and what do you feel like you can still do at this point moving forward?
Say the question again, please.
But just when you came in the league at 21, where do you feel like your skill set is now compared to when you came in? Where have you developed the most, and where do you think you can go?
Right. I feel over these past 4 years I got a lot stronger. Grew a lot mentally, just understanding the game because it is a big leap from college to the pros. And then I just feel that I'm just gonna keep working every day and just continue to build my game and just get better.
You dealt with a lot of pressure in North Carolina. There's a lot of pressure here in Los Angeles. Do you think that maybe helped prep you for kind of the pressure that you're about to receive here?
Right. It definitely motivates you. Like Carolina and here, they hold you to high expectation. They want to win no matter what the situation is. So it does motivate you in the summertime, and it's a good thing to have that support, to have that the big fan base.
Where are you going to locate until when you come to Los Angeles, and where are you going to hang out?
I'm here right now, and I'm living in the marina right now. So, yeah.
Working out here regularly?
Yeah, regularly. Yeah.
What was your view on last year's defense with the Lakers, and how do you think the team can go about bolstering that?
I guess it starts with the defensive mindset at first. That we're gonna shut people down and not try to outscore them. So I think that's the number one thing is just to have that mindset.
Going back to the plan 4 versus 5, do you think that you can be a rim protector? I mean, you have in the past, you've been able to block shots per 36 minutes, but is that part of what lets you guard centers and how the NBA has changed today compared to even 4 years ago? Right.
I think that's something that I can rely on every night. Is defense and protecting the rim. Whatever that might be, hard fouls or just being there at the right time, taking the charge and like you said, getting blocks, and maybe not blocks every time, but altering shots and stuff like that.
The nature of your deal is pretty short, and you have a player option for the second year, but do you want to make LA a long-term home?
Oh, I'd love to be.
Did you get a chance to watch Julius Randle hit all last year, and what are your thoughts on the Lakers acquiring him?
I think he's going to be a real good player in this league. Kind of remind me of Zebo a little bit, but put it on the floor a little better than Zebo. So.
Got that lefty thing
Right.
How was it guarding someone like Zebo in practice? Did you battle against him a lot?
Yeah, every day. I just learned, like I said, I learned a lot from him. Just the things that he does that you can't teach, and like how he always fighting for position and does all his work early because he's not the most athletic guy. He doesn't move great, so he has to do all his work early.